Hey, welcome back. We have a very special guest today who came along with Georgia Cameron from Life is Better Rescue. We have Baldwin here.
Baldwin, yes.
And what a sweetheart, and he has quite the story,
Quite
too.
the story and honestly, quite the trip. We got contacted as part of the Best Friends Network partners about the flooding that had been happening in Louisiana.
Right.
And there's a lot of animals that have been displaced that are desperately needing evacuation. So community effort was put together. Chrysers, I Am Loving You, and PetSmart pulled together a bunch of donations. We drove a moving truck down there with stuff and then drove back with a moving truck full of animals. So we had 20 dogs and 12 cats, and Baldwin was one of them. His family had been, they lost their home as part of the flood, and he had obviously an old leg injury, and they were unable to treat it at the shelter he was at. So we brought him up, and actually Animal Planet filmed kind of his story, and we're hoping that they get to film the end part of the story, which would be his adoption. But he had been a tripod for a while. Clearly he hadn't been using that leg, so even though it's been amputated, he's transitioned perfectly into using 3 legs. If anything, he gets around better without it hanging off to the side.
Makes sense.
And we actually think he has the kind of disposition that would work for a therapy or a companion animal. He is, even though he is one, very, very sweet, very, very mellow, loves everybody, good with cats, good with other dogs. Really just, he's that kind of dog that you can't say no to. I mean, he's just a fabulous, fabulous animal.
He's so mellow. I have a feeling someone's going to be calling before next week's event.
Yes.
But there is a big event next
Saturday. We have
Saturday.
a huge event. It is probably our biggest adoption event of the year, is next weekend. It's National Adoption Weekend. It's hosted by PetSmart Charities. And we will be at the PetSmart store 1457 in Littleton. But a dog like Baldwin, you can put in your application ahead of time. And that way we're hoping a bunch of our dogs will have like pre-approved adoptions. So that way you can show up on the weekend and just get in and get out with your animal right away.
Where are you going, bud?
But boy, I'll tell you, I'm hoping that this really this spotlight helps somebody see him ahead of time, because this is a soul dog right here. He is going to be somebody's best dog ever.
We have a lot of people who watch this newscast. Definitely not for me, for the Pet of the Day segment. So I really think that someone's going to call and get him a new home. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, so more information can be found on our website, lifeisbetterrescue.org. You can also call us 720-336-0770.
Perfect. She just did my job right there. The information is also going to be on our website, thedenverchannel.com. I'll post that right after the newscast. And on my Facebook page, Eric Lufer, Denver 7. Katie, this is a winner.
Such a sweetheart. Really needs a home. Oh.